Now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give thanks to Allah, we ask His blessing on the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household companions and non-Muslims. Inshallah, we are in our sorrowful class, as we have informed us that we are treating the book of our father, Sheikh Adam al-Ilori rahimahullah. We are treating Ad-Darusu al-Rabi, the fourth lesson in the book. That is what we are looking at today. We have done the third lesson, inshallah. So what we are looking at is Ismul Fa'il. As we all know that every subtopic here, we have done them before. So we are trying to explain the definitions now. So Ismul Fa'il, our father said it means ma yusabu min al-fi'l. It is what is formed. Yusabu, what is formed. Min al-fi'li, from the verb liyadulla ala man fa'ala al-fi'la. So that will now point to the person who have performed or who have performed the action. Wa tawabi'uhu thalatha. So our father now said the tawabi'u, as in those things that are related to Ismul Fa'il, they are like Ismul Fa'il too. There are three. He now mentioned, they said as-sifatul mushabbahatu. One of them is Sifatul Mushabbaha. Wa Ismul Mubalagha, and also Ismul Mubalagha is also among it. Wa Ismul Tafdil and Ismul Tafdil. So I will take this again. He said, "More you saw min al-fi'l." It is what is formed from the verb. Liyadulla ala man fa'ala al-fi'la, to point to the person who have performed the action. Example of such include, for instance, if you say Jalasa, you now form Ismul Fa'il for me. That would be what? Jalisun. So it is point jalisun means what? The sitting person. Or I say la'iba, la'ibun. La'ibun means what? La'iba is a played. La'ibun is what? A player. So that la'ibun is our ismul fa'il. So it is formed from the verb to point to the person who have performed the action. So if it is a sulasi verb, it will come in the shape of what? Fa'il. However, if it is not a sulasi verb, if it's from rubai downward, it will take, you will first convert that fi'l madi you are forming from, you convert it to fi'l mudari. That fi'l mudari, you now substitute it with mim dhamma, and you give that second to the last a kesra. So that example, if you say salla, this will find will give what? Musalli. If you say jahada, the mudari is yujahidu. So that you put mim dhamma there, and the second to the last will give it the kesra. And that was will give you what? Mujahidun. Do we guess now? So that is fassara, yufassiru, mufassirun, and many words like that. So that is how Ismul Fa'il is being formed. So our father now said watawabi'uhu thalatha, and those words that follows it are three, like they are related to Ismul Fa'il. One of them is what? As-sifatu al-mushabbaha. Sifatu mushabbaha. So what sifatu mushabbaha? They are words that they translate like Ismul Fa'il, but they don't come in the shape of what? Ismul Fa'il. For instance, if we say Ja'a, is hungry. Jaw'an, a hungry person. Somebody who is what? Hungry. That's Jaw'an. You can see that Jaw'an is not coming in the shape of Ismul Fa'il, but it is translating as what? Ismul Fa'il. So that is an example of what? Sifatun mushabbahatun. Another is ba'unda, far. Ba'unda, it was far. Ba'idun, what is far? You can see. So instead of it to come in fa'il shape, coming what? It's coming in fa'il shape, but it is having meaning of what? Ismul Fa'il. So that is an example of sifatun mushabbah. If you check our comment section, you see the screenshot of this, and also link to this sifatun mushabbah will be sent there consequently. So you can check more on that. Now the next is Ismul Mubalagha. Ismul Mubalagha are hyperbolic nouns. Hyperbolic nouns. So they have their shape that they use for them. Among them is fa'alun, like when you say kadhabun, a blatant liar. Another is what? Fa'alatun. Example is what? Alamatun, somebody who is very vast. From animal, he knows. Alamatun, somebody who knows a lot. So who is very vast. Another is what? Fa'il, like many names of Allah, like fa'il shape, like Halim, somebody who is very perseverant, who perseveres a lot. Another is what? When we have fi'il, like what? Siddiq, somebody who is very very truthful. Do you get now? Like sitir, somebody who covers faults a lot. So and so on and so forth. So that is ismu mubalago, hyperbolic nouns. The next is ismu tafdil. Ismu tafdil are the comparative and superlative nouns. Do we get now? For instance, the most common example that a Muslim must say every day is akbaru. Do we get now? Kebir is big. Akbaru means what? Bigger or biggest. So akbaru, if you see that afalu, it comes in afalu shape. If you see min with it, that means it is comparative. But if there is no min, it will translate as what? Superlative. So for instance, I say Allahu akbaru min khaliqihi. That means what? Allah is greater than his what? Than his slave, than what he has created, than his creature. So that is a comparative, is comparative there. Another, if you say Allahu akbaru, Allah is the greatest, that is superlative. So if you see this shape, af'alu shape, that is ismu what? Tafdil. I'm told us that khairu and sharu too, they classify them under what? Ismu tafdil. So that is that on ismu tafdil. It is used to show that a particular quality is more intense or greater in something than other things you are comparing with. Do we get now? So and the only shape of this is what? Af'alu, like Allahu Akbar, you always say every day. Now the next is, so our scholar is now defining each of them as sifatul mushabbaha. He said mo yusabu min al-fi'l lazim. It is what is formed from intransitive verb. This one will be treated as this fi'l lazim. We have two types of fi'l. We have fi'l lazim and fi'l muta'addi. So it will be treated in consequent class. So mo yusabu min al-fi'l lazim, it is what is taken from intransitive noun verb ala wazni fa'il, on the wazn of fa'il, nahwu qaribun, ba'idun, wa ghaniyun, wa faqirun. So all these are their what? Sifatun mushabbahatun. Another is ismu mubalagha. So our father defined it, say more yusabu ala wazn fa'al, it what is formed with the wazn of what? Fa'al, aw fa'alatun, aw fa'ilun, aw mif'alun. Example of, he said kohar. Kohar is, Yoruba will say ajeninepa, a compeller. Another is alamatun, a learned person, somebody who is very learned. Or he said rahalatun, somebody who travels a lot, a globetrotter. So sadiq, somebody who is what? Friendly. Another is mikthar, something that is very plenty. Do you get now? Only liyadulla ala kathrati, to point to numerousness of such thing. So that was to use ismu mubalagha for. Please let's check the link. We have explained this ismu mubalagha in our previous class. Another is ismu tafdil. It says ma yusabu min as-sulasi. It is what is formed from a sulasi trilateral verbs ala wazni af'al, that it is in shape of af'al shape, like akbaru we mentioned. Liyadulla ala ziyada, to point to an increment, ala going over another, when you are comparing one or two things. So when you see that you want to use something to point that there is a particular quality, it is more in something than the other, so you employ what? Ismu tafdil to do that. Now akbaru akbaru, greatest, atwalu, tallest. You will guess now. I'm not the feminine of it is now what? Formula, like you all say walillahil asmaul husna. So that's that. The next is ismul maf'ul. Ismul maf'ul, so that is passive participle. Ma yusabu min al-fi'l, it's what is formed from this verb. Liyadulla ala ma waqa alayhi al-fi'l, to point to an entity, that a verb is performed upon. Do we get now? Ma yusabu min al-fi'l, it is what is formed from a verb. Liyadulla ala, to point to ma waqa alayhi al-fi'l, to point to an entity, waqa alayhi al-fi'l, that a verb waqa alayhi, a verb what fall upon. Wala yubna, and it is not formed illa min al-muta'addi, except from what? Muta'addi verbs. You can see you don't form it except from muta'addi verb. Do we get now? For instance, I will not use jalasa to form what? Ismu tabdil. If I will use jalasa, there's a way we are going to use it. So the normal verb we use like fataha, maftuhun. Do you get now? Doroba, madrubun, hamala, mahmul, kataba, maktubun. So those are ismul maf'ul. Do we get now? And if it is not sulasi, you are going to form it from the fi'l mudari, but when you substitute the first part min domo, the second to the last, you are going to give it fatiha. Do we get now? For instance, I say munzir, wana, munzab, the person that is being warned. Do we get now? So we have explained that. You can check our previous links on that. We have elaborated on that, inshallah. Otherwise, when you have been on lazim, when it is now formed from lazim, we have told us that we don't form ismul maf'ul from lazim. Let's now say we now form it from lazim. Say zid alayhi, there should be an increment. Zid alayhi harfun, harfu jarri, harfu jarri, harfu jarri, zid alayhi will be added to it. So that's what they are trying to explain to us. For instance, if we say Qadiba Zaidun ala Amri, Zaid is vexed with Amru. We now want to say that Amru is the person that is being vexed upon. We say what? We say Amrun God magdubun alayhi. Amrun magdubun alayhi. So that harfu jarri will collocate with what? With our ismul maf'ul. If we are forming it from lazim. For instance, I say jalasa. Jalasa zaidun ala al-kursi. Know that kursi is what an action is performed upon. So I can form ismul maf'ul for kursi. What will I now say? I will say al-kursiyyu majlusun alayhi. Do you get now? So let me use another thing. For instance, somebody is I'm vexed with somebody and the person is a female. For instance, I said Godib to Allah Zainab. So I want to form ismul maf'ul from that. It's what? Zainabun. I will not say magdubatun, because Zainab, it is the word domir will be trampling upon. So I will say Zainabun magdubun alayha. I will not say Zainabun magdubatun alayhi. That's an error. But you say what? Zainabun magdubun alayha. So do you get now? For instance, I passed by a church. I will say what? Church is kanisatun. So mararitu bi kanisatin. So I will not say what? Ali kanisatu mamrurun bi mamrurun biha. So do you get? The only thing you will be altering is your domir, but the statement will be left alone, and there must be an harfu jarri that will follow if you use a lazim verb. That's why in the Quran Allah say what? Ghayril maghdubu alayhim. Allah did not say Ghayril maghdubina alayhi. No, it will be what? Maghdubun alayhim. So it is the domain you will be changing in respect to the number of entity you are considering. Do we get now? Or to the words, the feminine, to the sex of what you are considering, or to the gender. You know that's what you are going to do. Do we get now? So in short statement, if you are using your lazim to perform what? To form ismul maf'ul, there must be an harfu jarri that collocates with that your word, your thing that you must use with it. So let's take note of that. So that is where we are going to stop our what? Our what's it called? Our sharh. So in the next class, al-fi'lu muta'addi and fi'lu lazim is part of ad-darsu rabi'. However, we are going to take it as a special topic, al-fi'lu muta'addi and al-fi'lu lazim, because they are core subjects in Sarf, also in Nahwu too. So we take it as a topic, inshallah, next week. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spare our life till that time and beyond. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la